She's basically the LeBron James. The kind of hype that LeBron came into the NBA with, Caitlin Clark came to the WNBA with the same type of hype. And she's backed it up.
Caitlin Clark changed the WNBA. It's okay. It's okay to say that. You're not diminishing what the founding, fathers of the WNBA.
Caitlin Clark is doing more than just making waves. She's got basketball royalty talking from Shaquille O'Neal and Larry Bird to even Michael Jordan, legends of the game, are paying close attention. But the praise that hits deepest, it comes from Allen Iverson. Iverson says Clark reminds him of himself. And that's no small compliment. He sees that same fire, that fearless energy, and the ability to make defenders look completely lost. She scores when she once plays with swagger and brings a street ball. Edge to the pro court, just like AI in his prime. She might not be the biggest or strongest on the floor, but her talent speaks louder than size. Erica Clark earns respect through precision, poise, and raw skill. And Iverson's not shy about it. He believes she's just getting started. According to him, the best is yet to come. Caitlin Clark isn't just turning heads. She's capturing the attention of basketball royalty.
Man, shoot the blood out of the ball. You know what I mean? I never seen anything like it. You know what I mean? And then just how aggressive she is, and not just scoring in basketball, getting her teammates involved as well. I think she's so great for the game.
Allen Iverson sees something familiar in Caitlin Clark. And it's not just her scoring, it's the attitude, the confidence, the way she controls the game without needing size or strength. Like Iverson, Clark plays with fire. She can pull up from the logo thread impossible passes or break defenders down one-on-one. And when she's on the court, all eyes are on her. Iverson's favorite part. She scores at will and with style, just like he used the Clark makes. Defenders look lost, but more than talent AI sees.
Let me ask you about these WNBA players, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, who many are saying are the Larry Bird and Magic Johnson of the WNBA. Do you like that when you hear that?
Our Iverson didn't stop at praise. He also issued a challenge. He made it clear that as Clark steps into the spotlight, her teammates have a duty to protect her. With her rising fame, she's bound to face even more physical play, trash talk, and targeted pressure from opponents trying to knock her off her game. Iverson knows what that kind of attention feels like. He lived it, and he's warning that as the lead tests Clark, she'll need more than just her skills. To survive, she'll need a team that has her back, whether it's hard screen, cheap fouls, or attempts to get in her head. Iverson believes her teammates must be ready to step in, speak up, and keep the focus on the game, not the nonsense, because stars like Clark shouldn't be left to fight those battles alone. In Iverson's words, greatness draws heat, but it should never stand unprotected. Iverson didn't just offer praise, he issued a challenge. As Caitlin Clark's star rises, he emphasized that her teammates have a responsibility. Protect her. With the spotlight comes harder hits, louder trash talk, and relentless pressure from opponents trying to throw her off her game.
Now, Caitlin, her teammates got to come to her defense.
Sure.
You can't allow her to have to fight every...
Now here's where things really take off, because the numbers behind Caitlin Clark's impact aren't just impressive. They're a store. Former NBA coach George Karl, a veteran of the game with decades of insight, made a bold comparison. He sees Caitlin Clark doing for the WNBA what Julius Dr. J. Irving once did for the ABA and NBA. That's not a casual compliment. It's a recognition of game-changing potential, and the numbers, they back him up loud. And clear, Clark hasn't just brought attention to the Indiana Fever. She's brought in crowds bigger than some NBA teams. In fact, the Fever are drawing more fans than the Charlotte Hornets, Memphis Grizzlies, and Washington Wizards. That's not hype, that's measurable ticket scanning reality. And it's not just in Indiana. When the Fever go on the road, Caitlin Clark becomes the attraction the show fans don't want to miss. When they played, the Atlanta Dream attendance surged by a staggering 431% in Washington. The Mystics welcomed a 301% jump in fans of Minnesota.
Who's a WNBA player that inspires you, and what makes her stand out to you?
I think Caitlin Clark.
Finds Clark from the logo. Clark behind the back. Oh, it's Smith with the finish.
When she was in college, the only college player that I was really in awe of the game,
Pulls it back, knocks it down.
I'm saying men and women's college basketball, she's probably the most impressive.
But maybe the most powerful praise of all came from someone who once stood on the other side of the court. LSU's head coach Kim Mulkey, fierce, competitive, and never one to hand out compliments, lightly had to face Caitlin Clark twice in the NCAA tournament. And after witnessing her brilliance up close, even she couldn't hold back admiration. Following Clark's jaw-dropping 41-point performance that knocked LSU out in the Elite, 8 Muley offered a line that said it all, thank goodness I don't have to see.
I can describe it firsthand, having played her 2 years in a row in the playoffs. She's a generational talent. She's a young lady that you just can't take your eyes off of when you watch her play. And I know all of Iowa is proud of her, as they should be.
Coming from a legendary coach like Kim Mulkey, that kind of praise is as real as it gets. And she's not the only one putting serious respect on Caitlin Clark's name. Enter Rashad McCants, former NBA player and Minnesota Timberwolves guard, who's been in Clark's corner since day one from the moment she was taken as the #1 overall pick in the WNBA draft. McCants made it clear Caitlin Clark is here to stay a while. Debates about MVPs and rankings swirled. All season McCants didn't hesitate, he spoke up loudly, saying they're going to respect her whether they like it or not. And when Io Wilson rightfully claimed the MVP award, MC didn't use it as a moment to critique Clark. He used it to keep lifting her up for him. This rookie year was never about awards, it was about the foundation Clark is building for the future. He said it from the jump, and he's still saying it now. This is only the beginning for Caitlin Clark, coming from a legendary coach like Kim Mulkey. That kind of praise is as authentic.
Caitlin. And there's no shade to Angel. It's just what Caitlin has to face on a nightly basis of like them trying to stop her.
Number one on scattering.
Yes. She can't get equal opportunity as everyone else, because then she would average, I think she would average 25, 26 a game, because you're not trying to gear the scouting report to stop her. Like Angel Reese, I feel like they're not giving her as much of a strenuous assignment when it comes to scouting report, because she's going to do what she does. She rebounds. It's hard to stop.
But here's where the story takes an unexpected twist. Enter Charles Barkley, the Hall of Famer and Auburn legend, isn't known for holding back. And when it comes to Caitlin Clark, he's got her back in a big way. Barkley has been watching Clark closely, not just her game, but how she carries herself under pressure. And he loves what he sees, the poise, the confidence, the way she plays with intensity, but never loses her cool. That's the kind of presence Barkley respects, but he's also noticed something else. Creeping in jealousy as Clark stepped into the WNBA spotlight. Not everyone welcomed her with open arms of criticism, the cold shoulders, the unnecessary roughness. Barkley sees it for what it is, and he's not having it in classic Chuck fashion. He sent a blunt message to anyone throwing shade. Y'all need to leave that girl alone. Barkley's not just defending Clark. He's calling out the entire league to be better.
You women out there, y'all petty, man. Hey, LeBron, you're 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlin Clark. Y'all petty girls. I expect men to be petty because we're the most insecure group.
Whether it's street ball or the NBA, Caitlin Clark asterisk scores. Period. Asterisk, he even went as far as to say she dropped at least 10 points in a real NBA game because her shooting, handles, and basketball IQ are just that good. Paul Pierce sat beside him, nodding in full agreement. And they're not the only ones putting respect on her name. Stephen A. Smith added his voice to the chorus, backing Clark not just for her talent, but for her character. On his show, Smith spoke with passion about how Clark doesn't just elevate her own game, she lifts up the people around her. He summed it up perfectly, asterisk. She looked out for everybody else. That's who Caitlin Clark is. That's why, white, black, or otherwise, I call her a sister, because she looked out for the sisters and everybody else in between. Asterisk Smith saw what millions are now beginning to understand. Caitlin Clark isn't just a basketball phenomenon. She's a leader, a unifier, a culture changer. One play, one person, one powerful moment at a time. Drop a basketball in the comments to show love. And thanks for watching.